week number 2 of our top 5 matches of the week. This week, again, some pretty solid matches, but since this week isn't a pay-per-view week, we don't have some insane matches, but we still have some pretty good matches that did happen.
Yeah, for sure. There was some fun matches on pretty much all promotions. We have a TNA entry, at least from my side this week. And yeah, a lot of stuff from basically all promotions this week. Not amazing wrestling, but I feel like it was pretty decent across all the board.
Yeah, I think this week, like I said, wasn't insane, but we still got a banger match at the bare minimum. But yeah, you want to start at number 5?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
For me, at my number 5, I have the Queen of the Ring qualifier between Jade Cargill, Michin, Nia Jax, and Piper Niven. I really like this match. I think it was really fun. I think the alliance between Piper and Nia throughout the match was really cool. And then Jade kind of having to be the strong woman that she kind of is after getting teamed on. She has to come in late, gets the big finish on Piper, which is really cool with Jaded. And yeah, I think Jade is slowly improving. I'm glad that they are giving her a bit more now to kind of see how far she is along, since she's joined WWE. So it is nice to see that. But yeah, I think this is a very solid match for the women.
Yeah, I like to see Jade in more singles matches, but it looks like we'll be getting that very soon with her versus Roxanne Perez, which I think will be very good, very interesting match. I believe that'll be happening next week on SmackDown, or as you're watching it this week. Yeah, very good week for Jade and them. Unfortunately, this match did not make my list, but I do agree that this match was right up there, probably at my number 6 slot if there was one. But for my number 5, sorry, we're going to TNA, and they had a very interesting match, and that was an 8-4-1 match where you start off with a 4v4 8-woman tag match, and then the winner all go into a fatal 4-way, and then the winner of that match is obviously the winner of it all, and they go on to be a number 1 contender. And in that match, we've seen Rosemary, Xia Brookside, Tessa Blanchard, and Dani Luna face off against Killer Kelly, Indy Hartwell, Tasha Steelz, and Jody Threat. And we've seen the Killer Kelly team take over, and Killer Kelly also won the entire thing and went on to become number 1 contender to face Masha Slamovich. I believe maybe at Slammiversary or something like that. But I guess we'll find out in some time with him.
Yeah, it's nice to see Killer Kelly returning in a big spotlight pretty early on in her return, so it's nice to see that she will probably be the next up for Masha Slamovich, so that should be pretty fun to see how those two go after it, because they have a lot of history, so that is a match I probably would go watch a TNA show for, so yeah, really like that pick. But for my number 4, I went with the other men's King of the Ring qualifier, and that was Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, Penta, and Sami Zayn, which Sami Zayn ended up getting the win in. This one, there's just a lot from everybody. I love the interference from LA Knight that, would kind of get the big Kickstarter, I guess, for this LA Knight, Seth Rollins, and faction. A few that we should be getting these upcoming weeks. Love to see Sami getting the big win. Next week, it's Randy Orton. So, yeah, big week for Sami. I really love that for him. And then everybody else in this match got a lot to show during the match.
Yeah, I'm really hoping Sami Zayn goes on ahead and wins the whole thing. He's my new, hopeful pick. I don't really think he will win, but he is the person who I do want to win. But this is another match that unfortunately didn't make my list because we did have some, at least in my opinion, more interesting matches. And that one interesting match I put here was Gunther versus Jey Uso on the main event of Monday Night Raw this week. They had a really good match, one of Jey Uso's better matches that he's had. And obviously Gunther won the World Heavyweight Championship. That's a good moment for everyone. We've been wanting to see Gunther back in that world title picture, and now he has the world title. He's going on to face Goldberg, which that's a little iffy for everyone. But I think once he moves on from that, hopefully we see him go against the actual main eventers of the Raw roster, unlike his first world title run.
Yeah, this is my number 3 as well. So yeah, for a Gunther and Jey match, I did enjoy this one. I will mention it probably in our power ranking video. But yeah, this is probably my favorite match from the Gunther and Jey Uso series. Out of the 5 matches we gotten on the 5th try, it did finally. I think this is probably. I think it's also clear as well, for me, the best match. It felt this is the most diverse arsenal of moves we've seen from Jey, and the most compelling we've seen Jey trying to go for the sleeper, but Gunther, has it scouted already. Jey keeps trying to go for it because he kind of thinks that's his only move. So yeah, we kind of seen just Jey kind of play a different side of who he really is. I kind of like that. And Gunther kind of actually being the guy we know he is, the more tech-savvy, submission specialist type of guy who can kind of scout things from afar.
Yeah, for sure. But moving on to my next match, we're going to SmackDown, and that was the main event of SmackDown, being the Fatal 4-Way for the qualifier, where we've seen Cody Rhodes win versus Andrade, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Damian Priest. Pretty interesting match here. We've seen a lot of spots here where moments where I thought Cody was actually gonna lose, and there was moments where Andrade actually came really close, and I kind of bit on it, as well as Damian Priest once or twice as well. But Cody does take the win. He fell through the big Slim Jim table at one point after Shinsuke Nakamura kicks him and Damian Priest down. But yeah, it was a pretty good match, and yeah, I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I definitely was considering putting this in my top 5, but I didn't. For some reason, I couldn't get it over that Jade one, so yeah, I would have put that one, but I did really enjoy that match as well. But for my number 2, I have the women's Queen of the Ring qualifier match, and that is Kairi Sane, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and Roxanne Perez, which Roxanne ended up getting the big win in. And yeah, this match was really fun. I love the dynamic between Liv and Roxanne that we've been getting, the love-hate relationship where Roxanne's trying to show her that you can trust me, but Liv just will not go for it. I love the interaction between Liv and Rhea. It's the first time we kind of really got that since, you know, their big feud ended, so that's kind of nice to see that. We probably will eventually get that, is a kind of given, but at least we didn't get too much of that in this match, which I did like as well. And Kairi Sane as well, just kind of playing the woman feuding with everybody throughout the match. She got offensive with literally everybody, and then she also was the person to unfortunately get pinned, but yeah, it was a very fun match. I love the way it ended as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're going to have the same number 2 and number 1 for this list, so yeah. I agree with everything that you said. Really cool Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley Oblivion spot. Yeah, there was a lot of good stuff to take account during this match. That was very fun. This is one of the better matches. If you do want to watch something from that Raw, definitely go ahead and watch that match.
Yeah. And then what do we have to close out our top 5?
The best match of the week goes to Swerve and Will Ospreay. Obviously, they had the opening match of Dynamite, and a really good match. Obviously, anytime you get Will Ospreay in a match, it's going to be really good. But then you put Swerve Strickland in front of him, and it's going to be that 1 star better than it would be with anyone else. So yeah, really good chemistry between the two. They obviously worked with each other before. They had a really good match in the past. I probably think that one was better, honestly, by quite a bit. But this one was still a very fun one nonetheless.
Yeah, these two, it was not better than their first match, but this was still very, very good. I love to see, you know, the classical 30-minute draw, because this one I didn't know who was going to win this match. I kind of thought Ospreay would have won it, but with the way you see after the match, with the Young Bucks coming out to try to attack Swerve, but then Ospreay coming in to kind of save them and stuff like that, was really cool to see. But yeah, this is a grueling match. I love the finish where Ospreay gets hit with the house call, I believe. He rolls out the ring, and Swerve tries to go for the Swerve stomp on the apron, but time runs out and kind of doesn't do it. So yeah, this match was really good. Loved it. I did wish it kind of got to that second gear where we kind of imagined it would go, but it is TV, and I know they're going to hold that back for when they do that third match further down the line. Yeah,
I think my favorite part of the match is probably the diving hidden blade that he did to Swerve Strickland. That was articulated spot, I guess you could say, where he knocks him out of the ring. Swerve's kind of selling it towards the announce table. He kind of lifts up to kind of reveal his neck, and Ospreay comes from an angle and just hits a diving hidden blade, and it looked disgusting. It looked like he knocked the hell out of him. So yeah, that was a very cool match and a fun spot. So yeah, that deserves the number 1 spot for this week.
Yeah, but now it is time for our women's and men's MVPs of the week. Let's start off with the women. Who do you have as your MVP?
I have Roxanne Perez. I feel like everything she's been doing is really good. Her promos are good. Her matches are good. Her backstage segments, everything she does is awesome. So, yeah, I think she deserves MVP this week.
I was going to go with Roxanne Perez, but kind of remembering everything that Liv Morgan did this week, I think it does have to go to her this week. I think the match she had was very good. Unfortunately, she didn't get the win, but she makes up that with a lot of TV time and being great in it, but also that Nikki Bella stuff as well. It should be really fun to see. I think her getting the big opportunity to go against a Nikki Bella icon, in the women's division, is very cool. And I think it's so cool that, she is the one to get picked. So yeah, hopefully she makes the most of it, which I'm sure she will. She does that pretty much every time now. So yeah, Liv Morgan, I think, has improved so much. So yeah, she gets the big MVP vote for me this week.
All right.
Then now for the men, who we got?
For me, could have went Ospreay, could have went Swerve. However, I went with the ring general Gunther. He won the World Heavyweight Championship, and I feel like that's huge for him to get back on track and get him back in that main event picture, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I could have went with him, but I did with the guy who I think would have won that match of the week, and that is Swerve Strickland. I didn't really know who to give it to. I was thinking about Gunther, but I think Swerve just having such a great match, it did win it to me over a little bit more. But yeah, maybe Gunther next week. Maybe a good promo. Maybe get a surprise match with a certain somebody. Yeah, it should be pretty fun to see what Gunther does. But yeah, that is our MVPs. And yeah, what was you think the best moment of this week though, outside of the matches was?
Probably either the CM Punk promo that he did with John Cena on SmackDown, or even the Becky Lynch promo that she did on Raw.
Yeah, I think that Punk and Cena promo on SmackDown was really good. Hopefully we do get that gear 2 of them kind of getting into things a little bit deeper. But yeah, that is our top 5 matches of the week and the MVPs. Let us know what your top 5 and MVP is down in the comments as well. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and we will catch you guys in the next one.